Have you ever tried to set up a two-factor verification with your new Google Ads and been prevented basically from getting to the end? Well, this has been a very annoying and very consistent problem that just wanted to make sure we document and show anybody at Google if they can help fix this. Well, anyway, so here we are at the page where it says basically you have the two-step verification that is required in order to get to the Google Ads account, which is funny because we were able to get to it before, had no problems before, but this is a legacy account that we're trying to reactivate. Frankly, you can even go from the beginning where you literally want to go to Google Ads, where it would be ads.google.com, and you try to sign in. And this is for a client that, frankly, that I've been working with for a number of years, and they just really want to get these ads set up again. Well, I can go through the process of showing the exact ID here, but we won't do that for now. What we will do is we will click on literally what is required, which is literally your ID and password. So what we'll do is I will actually type in the password, which obviously we don't want to highlight to everybody here, but let me pause it for a second. But let me get you the password in here, or rather, let's type in the password and enter. And once we get past this, literally there will be a phone number. So I set up my phone number in here in order to, frankly, verify and set this up. Well, you can see here there are multiple ways. Frankly, what this is basically your phone will say, "Is this you?" And you say yes, and typically it works, but for some reason it is not working, and I do not know why. But there's other options, and the main one that typically defaults to is your phone number. So here we use my phone number. I ask it to send me a text, which it's doing right now. It will send me the text, which it has, and then I will type in the exact password, which is this, and you will see that frankly it does not work. It gets this consistent message that says, "Sorry, we can't fulfill this request at this time. Please try again later and use a different phone number," which is unfortunate because obviously this is the main phone number and it was working for everything else, and they're able to basically send these text messages to this phone number. You might think, oh, maybe we just put in the code, so let's try that. Just do that instead, which is what I did initially. Sorry, we can't fulfill. It can't even use my phone number now, which is interesting. So it is just literally giving me lots of trouble, and it's been this way all the time. So I do not know why. I cannot explain why. But what I can say is, I've worked in these large, companies, internet companies before, and what I do know is the priorities of, frankly, solving an individual or a small business's problem is not always the priority because they don't relate and they don't understand, and they're not on the same exact level. These are a lot of times very educated, very advanced, I guess, quote unquote thinkers, if you want to say that, or individuals who have educations that don't necessarily relate with maybe the everyday individual or the small business owner who may not have gotten an Ivy League graduate degree or in computer science, or maybe graduated from Stanford, or the pool of candidates that Google hires, which is really, really unfortunate, and the standards that have actually gotten to that point. I know that sounds pretty negative. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to point out what the gap is. And unfortunately, if this continues to be the case, it will drive lots of people nuts, and honestly, it prevents people from actually using Google Ads, which is the main reason why I'm even documenting this, is because all the hurdles, all the things that prevent people from literally trying to use a platform that that would be more intuitive. I mean, and the funny thing is, this is probably the most mature PPC platform today here in 2022. Other platforms are even worse in a lot of ways, and so it's really unfortunate. So, just wanted to show this. Wanted to make sure that people realize that it is very painful. I wish there was another way to, frankly, bypass this, but there's no, sometimes you might say, let's just go to the forums, and maybe it'll work. But unfortunately, I've even pursued that, or here I am actually typing this out so that I can see if I can find other resources, the message that is, but I don't know what to say. And so hopefully they'll fix this. This has been an ongoing issue, two-step verification. Hopefully this doesn't plague other larger accounts that I manage that I have not had this problem with, fortunately. Because if it did, unfortunately those companies couldn't spend 15, 20, as high as $100,000 a month, which is Google's benefiting from.